Good morning, everybody. We'd like for you to get queued up and get ready. We're getting ready to come to you live over the radio station, just waiting for Ryan to cue us in this morning. It's a beautiful day, and I'm hoping next week that we can be outside with the beautiful flowers that are blooming and that we can have some sunshine on our face. It is sunshining, it's still a little cool in Tennessee. I'm not up in Indiana this weekend. I took a little rest break as I learned this week that we all need a little bit of rest. Um, uh, Thank you, Rhonda, for joining in. Please share this with a couple people. We want to make a record viewing today and listening audience out there. We've got a lot of good things to talk about. And like I said, just waiting for Ryan to cue me in there at WBNL Radio. The wonderful thing about technology and growth, and we have to keep growing or we're stagnant, is the fact that we can now come to you three different ways. Hey, Sharon, we can come to you through WBNL AM and FM radio, streaming at radio1540.net, and with technology in our cameras, we can come to you from anywhere live on Facebook, and we use the Bread of Life Ministry Incorporated Facebook page to do that. We like to tell you some exciting things that we are starting a new YouTube channel. Not only the Bread of Life Ministry Incorporated has one, but now the Bread of Life Ministry radio program will have one in the next few weeks. We're getting that queued up, so any of these programs you missed, you can always do a rewind and watch our YouTube channel. And as soon as Ryan cues us in, I'll give you a little hint. Today, Today we're running just about 2 minutes behind going on the air, but that's okay. We are going to be talking about in training. So get your weights out, get your ball hat out, get your mental weights out, because we're going to talk about in training for God. And I think it's a good thing for all of us to think about our training and what we're doing. So please, Rhonda, Sharon, Lori, you guys share this with other people, and let's get this ball rolling this morning. You know, as Robin Mead would say, "Good morning, sunshine." So y'all queue up. Having a little bad hair day today. Sorry about that. Talked to Dad early this morning before my alarm went off, so I was trying to get my mind focused after waking up 15 minutes, or it's amazing, 15 minutes earlier than your alarm, how it will make you feel. You go, oh no, I've only got 15 minutes, you know. So, but we're glad to be with you today. We had a good week at Miller Piano Specialist. They're in Franklin, Tennessee, and pray for our owners. They're on a trip to see some family and loved ones, so pray for their trip, that it's a safe one. Pray for all those out on the road today, because we do have a lot of people traveling. And I'd like to say a big thank you to my daughter. Was working. She works for conservationists of Florida, the state of Florida, and she was on what I call the Gilligan's Island, her and another girl, and they were preparing the island to donate from the state of Florida. So pray for thank God for her safety. She was there a week, the two of them. She did lose her phone in the ocean with some big sharks, but it was replaceable. She was not. So we're glad that they're back and everything's good. So, you know, every day is a new challenge, a new event, something new that's going on. So when Ryan gets us queued up, we'll be ready to go, and we can start this thing and tell you a little bit what's going on at the Bread of Life. We've got about 20 seconds, and y'all hang in there and share. Ryan is queuing me in. I love this, where I can talk to him, not even there. It's really cool. So, welcome once again. We're on the air. Thank you, Ryan. Welcome to the Bread of Life Ministry radio program that's been on the air 51 years. October will be 52 years. It was started by Reverend Bill Carlisle, my father. And we're coming to you, as always, from your hometown station, WBNL AM FM. You can also hear us if you're out there on streaming radio1540.net or if you have your phone or your device, your computer, you can be watching us on Facebook at the Bread of Life Ministry Incorporated. We want to tell you a little bit about the Bread of Life and where we're at right now on a big need. We are in dire need of this driveway project. We appreciate those checks coming in. We appreciate your support and passing it on to your friends. Challenge your friends. $5, $25, $50, it doesn't matter. Challenge. Get that challenge started. We need a lot of money to make this driveway project work. And God has always supplied our needs in riches and glory. So I know that this will happen. And when there are 2 or 3 people called together in His name, things happen. So we're calling on corporations today, individuals, if you have living wills, churches, to help and to help us keep this driveway up, and so the big trucks can come in, because we need your support to keep this ministry going as always. What you may not know about the Bread of Life ministry and how it operates, I'd like to tell you just a minute. We're helping in 2 different ways. Unlike other operations, we help make a difference by being a food pantry and a food bank. That means we're serving individual families as well as agencies in need that go into their communities and support. Everything that we have coming in, we beg for. Dad was one of the best beggars on the planet, still is, and we give it away freely. There's no charge. If you need food, if you need help, if you're an agency, we do not charge you per pound. We do not do anything. We ask that you let us know who you're supplying, how many people, because of our records that we have to keep. Individuals, same thing, but it is free to those in need. So we do things a little bit different. We have a front and a back. Agencies are in the back, individuals in the front. And we've been doing this since 1973. And Dad's wonderful phrase was, for the people, by the people. So this is something that your help is helping us help others. So it's a great opportunity to do something wonderful. If you'd like to see what the Bread of Life Ministries, what we really do, if you go to our YouTube channel, Deborah Sheridan from In the Raw Photography, out of Tennessee, actually did a wonderful walkthrough video. And we need to redo a new one now because it's a few years old. But go to YouTube and Bread of Life Ministry Incorporated, and you will find that walkthrough. If you would like to do a personal tour and see how you can help, and if you have a conviction to help, if God's calling you to help, all you have to do is call 812-922-5424. Jim or Lori will be happy to book a tour and walk you through and show you exactly what we do. And we'd love to see our politician friends, corporations get involved in this, individuals. The virtual tour is wonderful, but there's nothing like a personal tour. So come on out and join us. Hey, Mary, good to see you. We're going to be starting something kind of cool. We're going to start we have a YouTube channel. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all forms of social media, as well as our website. But we're going to be revamping some stuff, and we're actually going to start a new Bread of Life Ministry radio program YouTube channel. So any of these programs that you have missed or you'd like to go back and revisit from when we started them with Dad and then myself, you can go to that in the next few weeks, and you'll be able to pull those up, see the dates. And hey, Mary, pass it on to 2 more people. So we're going to be doing that. So look forward to getting on YouTube and finding these shows that you can go back and revisit. Deborah Sheridan, we do Faces of HNC on Saturday at 8:45. She is starting that YouTube channel up for Faces of HNC. So you can go back and catch those inspirational things for cancer. And that is a great uplifting script that she writes each week. That's also a wonderful thing to do. We're also we have an idea and something that we're being convicted on to do on a new program. So please pray for us, and we'll be announcing that in upcoming things. Hey, Linda Evans, I've been missing you, woman. Today we're going to talk about in training. And it brought back so many memories. When I'm on Facebook, I'm a member of something called I Remember Boonville When. And so this scriptures brought back some great stuff. Hey, Doris. We're going to look into Psalms 112:7. It said, he shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. His heart is established. He shall not be afraid. Hear how many times he says, don't be afraid. Until he sees. Until he sees on his enemies. Read Psalms 112:7. Do not be afraid. When you're in training as an athlete, fear is one thing. I used to run track, and I did that at Clark Elementary, if y'all remember that. And I did some track in high school, cheerleading, that kind of thing. You're always in training every day. Isaiah 41:10 says, do not fear, once again, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, like an athlete, and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. When I took those scriptures, I went to Kelly's book that she gave me. It says, I'm training you in steadiness. Too many things interrupt your awareness of me. I know that you live in a world of sight and sound, but you must not slave into that stimuli. Awareness of me can continue in all circumstances, no matter what happens. This is the steadiness I desire for you. Don't let unexpected events throw you off course. Rather, respond calmly, confidently, remembering that I'm with you. As soon as something grabs your attention, just talk to me about it. Thus I share your joy and your problems. I help you cope with whatever is before you. This is how I live in you and work through you. This is the way of peace. So every day he is training us. An example of this is I remember where it says don't be sidetracked and don't let the stimuli outside. I'm going to go back and hope he doesn't mind. It reminded me of elementary school at Clark and with my track coach, Ron Tubbs. His thing was to keep us focused. And in that race, don't look back. Don't look sideways. Look straight ahead to the finish line. Concentrate on the finish line and train every day for the race that is to come. And when I was in 6th grade, I thought, he is wearing us out. And I remember Mom said, you're running like racehorses. Oh my gosh, you guys are just... It was a discipline. It was a training thing that every day we did. And this is what God's saying in this. Don't be afraid. Train for what's to come. Be prepared. Be prepared. In the book on April 18th, it goes right along with that. And I'll tell you the scriptures that it goes from. It says, once you've got your training and you're getting prepared daily, peace is my continual gift. It flows abundantly from my throne of grace. Just as the Israelites could not store up manna for the future, but they gathered it daily, so it is with my peace. The day-by-day collecting of manna kept my people aware of their dependence on me. Similarly, I give you sufficient peace for the present when you come to me by prayer, petition, and thanksgiving. Once again, it's day-to-day peace. It's moment by moment. Example again, that runner, that person in training, my nephews and nieces, They do tennis, and they train, and they train, and they hit that ball, and they train, and they're being prepared for that tournament or that match. So, if I give you permanent peace, God's saying, independent of my presence, you fall into the trap of self-sufficiency. And may that never be, because then we're depending on ourselves. We know better. We know what to do. And that's not the way the ball rolls. That's not the way the race is run. You're watching. If you're playing baseball, you're actually watching the first base coach, and he's telling you where to go, what to do. You just want to get that far. And then you're watching second, and then second, you're watching third, and third is telling you whether to run or to stay. This is God's way of training and leading us day by day, step by step. It says, I have designed you to need me moment by moment. As your awareness of your neediness increases, so does your realization of my abundant sufficiency. I can meet every one of your needs without draining my resources at all. We help people, and we do things to help people, and it drains us as humans. It's like a doctor told me one time, she was a sponge, and that sponge is big and fat. And then the more water that goes into that sponge, the heavier that sponge gets. And this is, as humans, we do that. We're all filled up, and the more we help, and the more we help, and the more we give, our sponge goes down, and we need to be wrung out to spring back up. God doesn't run out of that. It says he's abundant. Approach my throne of grace with bold confidence and receive my peace with a thankful heart. You can find more of this in Exodus 16, 14 through 20, Philippians 4, 6 and 7, and Hebrews 4, 16. So we need to be in training. We need to be prepared. And I know sometimes we're tired. We're human. Our bodies, we wear down. But God's there for every moment. Christians are in training every day, and to run and to win the race. But not without our coach, not without strength, our refuge, our Jesus. We have a tendency, and I do, to plan a calendar. And I was terrible at one time, every hour on the hour, and then I did it for Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and Thursday, and then I went to the next week, and I couldn't live without that calendar going everywhere with me. But it always happened to change, which was frustrating. Oh no, I've got this plan, so I can't do that. I've got to do this, and I have to change that. But what we don't realize is God is the true day planner. And he's going to coach us and guide us daily through what we need and through what we're supposed to be supplied and how we're supposed to meet the people that walk into our path and the people that guide us daily. We want to remember some prayers this morning. We're asking prayers for Mom and Dad and Lori and Tim and I, for our day-to-day walk. Mom is doing some better, and they be back with Dad tomorrow. Dad's doing great. And I talked to Barbara Goen yesterday. Let's keep her in your prayers too. Our Bread of Life workers, some of these have lost loved ones over the year. My friend Jim, who God sent to me through Miller Piano Specialist, and who's fighting Parkinson's right now. And hey Catherine, I have been put in his path through God to help him, I believe, in what's happening and what's to come. Please remember those with cancer survivors. If you watch Saturday morning at 8:45 on Faces of HNC on Facebook, You will see Sherry Saturday Voice, scripts written by founder Deborah Sheridan, a 501c for head and neck cancer. And there's some great scripts that she writes that relates to all of us. Hey, Diane. And so take a watch at 8:45, and we keep those on Faces of HNC, so you can rewind those or find those on YouTube. That's beginning. Thankful, like I told you earlier, my daughter made it back from Gilligan's Island. She's been on a deserted island for a week with a friend working for the state of Florida, and it was a new experience for her, and we're glad she's back. Thank God every day and pray that He sends people into your path, people you to meet. They're called opportunities. They're needing something for you to share, and God did not put them in your path for no reason. God puts people in my path every day, and I don't know why. Sometimes it's for pianos, sometimes it's not for pianos, sometimes it's just for sitting and visiting, because there's a reason that they're there. And so I want you to really pray that God guides me to know where those opportunities are when they come in, and how to address those by His words. I want to let you know that you can send your prayer requests, because we've had a lot of unspoken requests this week, to sherrycs@millerps.com. And you can support the Bread of Life Ministry Incorporated Facebook, or Bread of Life Ministry Incorporated, by watching our Facebook channel programs with the Bread of Life Ministry program on the radio here and streaming. You can support us by your call-ins if you would like to do support or donation toward this drive, especially. Call 812-922-5424. If you're an agency that needs help, 812-922-5424. If you're an individual and you need help or assistance, call 812-922-5339. You can also send your checks of love offering to P.O. Box 12, Linville, Indiana, 47619. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and at www.breadoflifeministryincorporated.org, or inc.org, excuse me. So there are a lot of things that you can do to help. Prayer is one big thing, and sharing this program with 5 people. If you share it with 5 people, this message may not have been for you, but it was meant for someone else. So please do that today. Send in your request. Send in, how I've met so many great people in the past. Hey, Diana. I'm Diane Miles. Good to see you. I have met so many people that I have forgotten I knew through this program. Ella, we want to do a big shout out to you today, girl. We went in and saw some of the fine folks that support us there in Boonville at the VFW this week, and talked to some of them, getting prepared for the golf scramble. They're big supporters, and that will be coming up the 18th of September too. So don't forget that. We've got some big surprises for you too. It's going to be great. So we'd like to get Ryan to get a song queued up for us, and the one that came to my mind this week, I don't know if that's it, but if you don't hear that song when Ryan plays, pull out the song One Day at a Time, Sweet Jesus, which was Dad's favorite song. I'd like to change it to One Moment at a Time, but we'll keep you informed. Watch for updates live or things on our page. And now we've got a song. It's not One Day at a Time, but Ryan has picked out one special for us. Until we see you next week, and catch me on Saturdays at 8:45 with Sherry Saturday Voice, featuring awareness for cancer and head and neck cancer on Faces of HNC. Until then, Bread of Life Ministries on WBNL, and we're sponsored by Town Square Furnishing, for all your tri-state furnishing accessory needs. Thank you.